we are. You're going to say good morning? You're going to say good morning? The camera's that way. You're not going to say good morning. How rude. Ginny Chandler. That's just so rude. Good morning, everybody. I think I'm a little bit early. But if I am, that's fine, because you are too. Good morning and welcome to Chandler's Cottage. We are here. It's January. Can you believe it? And it's half gone already. I don't know. We're not ready for the new year yet, are we, Jim? No, we're not. Definitely not. There's too much gardening to do. There's too many quilts to make. There's just stuff to do. Anyway, it's really nice to be back. I haven't seen you since, when? Boxing Day, about then. So I hope you've had a good couple of weeks. And this morning I've got some gorgeous new fabrics for you, and we're actually lining them up over the next 2-3 weeks. We've got some gorgeous collections that have come in from overseas and or are from Jason Yenta from In the Beginning. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Something new every time. And of course, Jen, there are YOMU quilts to roll out, one a week as well. But we'll get to that in a minute. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Yvonne, Francis, Susan, Bobby. Good morning. Louise is here too. You're going to get off my bench? You're not the star of the show. Oh, that's it. Put down the camera. That's it. Give them the death stare. Beautiful. Morning, Bernadette. Michelle Grimble's here. Lovely to see you. And yes, and I'll probably mention it a couple of times, but please, no, we are not open this coming week. We are starting on Monday week, which is Australia Day. We are having a lovely big day where we're open, and we're having an in-shop shed only specials day. Also with a boxed morning tea. And when I say boxed, I mean we're going to have lovely little boxes all made up for you with little treats to have when you come, and you can pre-order those on the website. So that's when we're first open, and then we're open on Thursdays and Fridays after that. And I'm going to throw in a few Saturdays in there as well, and they will pop up on the website, and they'll also pop up on Facebook and in newsletters, because we're back into newsletters you would have seen this week. Rob, pretty cat's in the way, and she's purring too loudly. Off you go to Dad. She couldn't get out either, so that might be why. She's hanging with me, giving me a hard time. Oh, Rosemary's here. Donna's in. Hello, Deb Rumble. Jenny Beach is here. Did I get you all out of bed? We haven't done an early Sunday morning for a while. Or perhaps, Melissa, you're under the doona still. When Megan gets here, she will be. She was supposed to set her alarm. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Del. Good morning, Jane. Yeah, Happy New Year. Oh, there she is. Morning, Meg. Oh, thank you. It's a bit pretty and bright, isn't it? And Nichols is here. Oh my goodness. I'm also seeing names. Hello, Lorraine. Hello, Chris. Hello, Carol. I do it the other way around, Chris, this morning, just to stir Carol up. I'm starting to see names that we will see at our Creative Escape. I hope you've got a pen and paper this morning, because I'm just going to throw dates at you. Like 18th of April is the first Creative Escape, and tickets go on sale on the 1st of Feb, which is today fortnight, which Margaret tells me she's going to get out of bed and be here with me at 8 a.m. on a Sunday morning. The look on Robert's face is priceless. I knew that had happened. So yes, Sunday morning shows are a must. And Wednesday night coming up, I don't know what that date is. Anyway, Wednesday night, I'm going to show you the first of our YOMU quilts. Do you want to have a look at the stand? Shall we do that first? And then I've got a classic demo we do every year. I'm sure you can guess what it is. Classic demo we do every year.
Ruching?
No, Robert, not ruching.
Suffolk puffs?
No, Robert, not. Okay, enough. Not Suffolk puffs. You know what it is. That'd be silly. Okay, so most of this is Lilypond from Clothworks. Isn't it just yummy? And we love Oriental prints here, but then to get something that's a little bit more bright pastel contemporary look and digitally printed, yum yum. So let's have a look. I've actually got all of these cut in fat eighth pieces down here, so I might show them to you at the back first, and then I'll show them to you in little pieces like this pre-cut pack. Just want to stroke it. Oh, I can take this one down. This is gorgeous. This is water lilies on a pond. For those of you in Melbourne, if you're looking for something to do, this is the time of year to visit the Botanic Gardens in the city, when all of the water lilies are in bloom. I've forgotten how to do this. Oh no, that button. There we go. There we are. Isn't it pretty? So, so pretty. And the cloth, look girls, the cloth's got a really lovely feel. You can hear it. It's very, very nice. If I was to compare it to Jason's, just a little bit more weight to it, but it will work equally well with all of his fabrics, and it will certainly work with YOMU. It's yum. Then it kind of goes off into a little bit of a mandala thing. So you've got all these beautiful symmetrical circles all set on a stunning glasses background. Oh, it's got, I don't know how to describe it. It's got little branches and little buds and like a little tile print in it. The sort of things you can create with your beautiful digital technique. So that's there. And then I couldn't help but show you. Look at YOMU with it. It goes. It absolutely goes, which is very exciting for me. Did you see the dragonflies on this? There's more dragonflies as well on another one. They've done a beautiful, like heavy, I'm going to say heavy concentrated floral in this beautiful orange ready pink. Again, I'll give you a close-up in a minute. Then I've popped up here gelato in 903. Say no more. Ooh, that's super cool. It goes beautifully. We might need that down again in a minute. And then on the other side, you've got the other colorway happening. I've popped up some Robert Kaufman metallics with it. We need to talk about those as well, based on what's happening next Monday. Here's the mandala. Look at it in the other color. Really nice. And up the top, you've got the star of the show in the blue. Again, I've got a bit for you to look up close, and this is it in the pink. Should we call that winter colorway and this one spring, perhaps? And I do apologize, it's upside down, because I wanted to show you the length, and there was just no way I was going to cut off more than what I wanted to keep for myself. So this is what I what I wanted to keep for myself. Lovely. Down on this side, there's a couple more. There's actually some beautiful little koi, some little goldfish. Really, really pretty. Really nice. They are about 1.5 inches long, the fishies. And underneath it, there's a ring in, which Carol will recognise. But we had this October, November, year before last. Carol needed a lot, and I had run out of stock. We ordered it. It only took 12 months. And so I've got about, I think I've got about 3 meters left. It's a beautiful dragonfly fabric. Isn't that stunning? It's a timeless treasures. There's a little bit of a ring in this morning because he goes beautifully with this collection as well. And that's the other Lilypond one there with the little dragonflies on it. So cute. These are generous inch by scan inch, if you're wondering about scaling on those. So I'll just pop those back up. Just look at this. They're beautiful. It's iridescent. As you well know, there are gelatos that will go with this. It also goes with YOMU in the spring gradient ombre colorway as well. So if you've got a little bit of that in your stash already, it will go with that also. So I'll pop that back up there. Now I'll show you some of these up close, and I do have an idea for them. Oh, who did I miss? I missed lots of people. Rhonda, good morning. How are you? Wendy, Liz is here. Now I'm starting to... Hello, Sylvia. Pauline Boyke's here. Good morning. Jill's in. Oh, I'm going to have to come back and say hello to you all later. Oh, look at you all. It's just so nice to see everyone again, even if it is just a message or on my phone. But it's nice sort of getting to this time of year because I figure I'm going to see a lot of you during the year. More so than a usual year. for those that live in Brisbane. And Melissa's like, no, I'm in the kitchen. You're not under the doona. Jill's in the Blue Mountains. Colin's in. Did I miss anyone else? Oh, probably heaps. Morning, Nancy. Sue Singer's here from California. Hello, Sue. Sue McGonchi's in the building from down... I've got my geography wrong, haven't I, Sue? You know, that's Craig. Have I got it wrong? It's down. I think you're that way. Frankston, that way. Fiona, good morning. Francis is in, and Judy Downing is in. Lovely. Pam Shrek's in the building. Catherine, oh mate, I still think about you being up there, and you're not. Oh, so far away now. Though I understand why. All right, there we go. I'm going to lay this on the table and then let's have a look. So if you can't decide, I have made up a fat eighth pack for you. I'll lay that one there. Then let's put these over the top. So that's actually a fat eighth. Now with these, you know, we do have an overhead camera, don't we? Oh. I haven't been using it much, so that's why I didn't think of it. There you go. So in the fat eighth pack, that's sort of a representation of what you'll get. So this is a big print, but stuff kind of repeats on the back. So whichever bit you get, you're going to have some lovely dragonflies, fish, flowers, mandalas. And see, this is the really clever one they've done with a really intense colour of all of the beautiful pinks into oranges and reds and a little touch of mauve underneath. There's the pink mandala one. Today's word to search for in the search window on our website is show one. It doesn't matter if you put a gap between show and the number one, you've just got to go show one, and I've got that up on the stand for you as well, and you'll find everything under there. How pretty. See, even this one, that's kind of the winter colourway, they've still added in the pinks. So you can run the water lily one, or the lotus flower one, with either of the feature prints. And there's a little fish. Now, the first of today's giveaways, I've got two for you today. One is with every order placed. The second is a $50 or more spend. But when I show you what it is, it's actually really, really good. All right, so this is what I wanted to pop in for you. So this goes way back with me. However, we still sell this pattern a lot. And this is the little imperial handbag. Now, it came to my mind yesterday because of all the beautiful dragonflies featured in these fabrics. And if you have a look, when we did this, we had a little appliqued dragonfly on there. And even before that, I had a lovely lady, Sue, who used to machine embroider dragonflies for me, and we would sell the kit with a little, you might have one, with the little square with the stitched out dragonfly. And if you do have a machine and you do machine embroidery, these sort of little bags are a great place to showcase it. But this goes back to the point where it's a wraparound base and sides. If you follow my design handbook and how we assemble different bags, it's a wraparound base and sides. But it's back when we didn't have bag furniture. We did fabric straps. We didn't do bag closures with zips, buckles, anything like that. This is just a lovely big open tote, and I find it is still extremely practical to take out, just to throw a heap of stuff in, even if it's just sewing or something, or when you're shopping. It's lovely. It's also a really good one to just pick up a couple of piecing techniques, and it's got we did some little overlay of bias over some of the seams just for a little extra feature. But when I was looking at all these beautiful fabrics, I thought, how lovely with these. Then a flashback to last year when we talked about, we did our big beautiful tote. It's still sitting in a tub for me to come back and finish. It's all Jason's fault, January, all of it. It's all his fault. Oh no, it's your fault as well from the orders from the sale. We've been busy. But this is the panel the bag panel, okay? And that actually wraps around. I don't even have a sample of the bag at the moment. I've probably gifted it way back, but with this it actually wraps around narrowly to the sides. So if you have a look, you've got all these different shaped pieces. So while that is a bag panel, it's also a quilt block. So you can make it up as a bag, but you can also make it up as a block repetitively, whack some sashing in between and turn it into a quilt. So just think outside the box. Have a look at your bag patterns that you've got. You might have one with lots of different shapes and pieces and everything in it. What's another one we did? The tech tote is another one that would work. There's a few, but use it as bag panel, use it as a quilt block, and I think these would be gorgeous. And of course, with where that I had that little dragonfly on there, where you can come through and perhaps fussy cut out a water lily, fussy cut out. Look, there's a dragonfly right there to use, and there's another one. So with every order that we get from this show until midnight tomorrow night, we'll get one of these. And that goes for combined shipping as well, because it's just me this week. Okay. Oh, it's not. Bree's in Thursday, Friday. Susie's not back till next week. So it's just me. So I might be a little bit slow off the mark. But that's just for all orders until midnight Monday. And that gives, I would actually make it tonight, but then that gives all of our lovely friends who are north of the equator a chance to watch the show on Facebook or YouTube and get their orders in. Okay, but they're just, I don't know, a nice way, a nice bright way to start the year. But that's not all of it for Oriental, and if you are not into these sort of colours, please don't worry. Wednesday night, 8 o'clock, let's just say Quiltgate is back. Quiltgate, after many years out there in the atmosphere doing weird and wonderful things with putting cats and everything, and no offense to Ginny and friends, but they went off on a tangent, but they're back. And I have some beautiful, traditional, gorgeous Japanese fabrics to show you on Wednesday night when we have a look at the first YOMU quilt. Now, if you've bought one of the panels for YOMU, you're going to want to see this that we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to put these over here. So you've got all of them that you can get by the meter, and you've also got the Fat 8th pack that you can have a look at. And please keep in mind that YOMU, if you've already grabbed some, goes with it really well. I have popped YOMU under today's word also for you. And the weird and wonderful thing about these digital prints, okay, I've got to show you this. This, my green, can you see that? It goes with that colorway up there. It actually goes. And it also goes with the water lilies, lotus flowers up there, and it goes with this one because they're those greens that are in there. Freaky. But watch this. The red orange YOMU goes here with this one. It goes here with this one. It goes up there with that one. They all go. Strange. Really, really strange. Okay, now over in the corner here, I've also got some other gorgeous things from Benetix. And when I pulled these out, I immediately gravitated. So these are also ombres. Look at that. It flicks between the two. So it does that. So it goes all the way up into this beautiful pale mauve up here, and then it flicks over. So I wanted to show you the whole width of the bolt on a bolt first, and then again it just all goes, and it goes there. All right, so it's really, really lovely. Where did that bit come from? And it's got these beautiful sort of stitchery mandalas in it. So it's all going to blend really nicely in with these. So these are marked under show one as well. But I want to say, but wait, there's more, but that's just so bad. so bad. But there is more. This is my giveaway. Sometimes I get a bit carried away. And I get to this time and I go, what was I thinking? I bought 2 bolts of each of these ombres. Should have bought one. So we're turning, should have put one. So I'm turning this into the giveaway. I'm giving away 75 centimeters, 3 25 centimeter strips of these. If you spend $50 or more before midnight, Monday night. So that's that one. That one. And the orange. Can you add that up for me? What is that? That is about, wait, I can do it, $21 worth if you spend $50 or more. That's what you're going to get. So if we just have a look. I'm channeling my inner Natasha this morning. I can feel it. Do you want to see how it goes? It goes that way. And we turn it around the other way. And it picks up all the oranges. So good. We go this way. And they'll all do it. The feature ones, they'll all do it. That'll pick up all of the purples. Now this is where this one may fail, but don't worry. Just move it over there. And it will go with the blue, this colour one, which I think falls under winter, technically, we said. Yum. Does it go with... Oh wait, it goes over here. The blue goes here. And then the green. So I have got these by the metre available under show 1 today. But if you spend 50 or more, that is my woohoo start the year off special. Look at this colour in here. You know, I'm obsessed with ombres. Yep, it all goes. So that's the special till midnight. I'm not advertising it anywhere else. I'm not doing a special post up. It's just for those that have watched the show on Facebook or YouTube before midnight. Monday, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Let's add that bit in. There's a couple of Robert Kaufman metallics tagged as well that go beautifully with it. So I've got one or two of the mauves up, and also this gorgeous apricot-y peach colour, because again, it goes just lovely. And in terms of those Kaufman metallics, I just wanted to let you know as well, we have sold out of some, so we'll be changing the way that we sell these now, and it won't be in fat quarter bundles. So we've only got 2 sets of these left. So I have tagged that today as well if you wanted to collect one of everything. So you've got your essential metallic coordinate. This is not 2, this is actually 1 set tied up in 2 bundles. So there's only a couple of those left if you want to grab those. Put them up there. Just so much stuff. Alison Glass. You're just going to have to trust me on this. These boxes of Wonderfill threads that we have, we've got 4 left at the moment. It's all good. So if you've already got yours, be ready when your fabric arrives, because you're going to be able to race in and pull them all out and see which ones go. But I would say 9 out of that box go. There's a whole heap of zippers that go as well. I've tagged the ones that I think are best for you. So if you are grabbing them, Megan, not mentioning any names, and you are thinking about whether they're going to be great to use for purses, which of course they are. I pulled the blue because of that. And also the rainbow with the gold teeth is going to be gorgeous. The pink with the silver's fine. The jade green is gorgeous with them. Oh, look at the jade green with this. I've lost the ability to work in reverse, which I have to do. And then I just think this beautiful chartreuse is just gorgeous with all of them. It's an unusual colour, but it's very versatile. So anyway, they're tagged. And in terms of zip pulls, all of the zippers that I've tagged, well, all of them have got a little hyperlink, we call it, underneath in the description that will take you to all of the zip pulls. So just remember when you're choosing, if you haven't done it for a while or you haven't done it before, if you're choosing one with gold teeth, stick to one of the pulls with gold, a gold pull. Same with the silver, go a silver pull. But there's quite a few different ones that I think will work really well with all of those, particularly the flower one. And I went looking yesterday and I'd forgotten we have sewing machine pulls now. So they're there as well. Of course, if you are up with your zips, you could always add a zip petition in on one of the panels on that giveaway handbag that I'm doing for you. Right, now, have you guessed what it is, what the demo is? We do it once a year. And you know, the thing is, I can remember doing it in the warehouse when we first started doing live shows way back when. I remember doing it in our house at Aspendale Gardens. And many times in the shop, but I do remember doing it here at least last year, maybe twice here. And that's the origami block. Of course it is, because we've got to do it again. So I may or may not have got up at 5 this morning to get one ready. Are those threads for hand or machine? Glasses on, there's a question. Wait, everyone stop. Nancy, these are, oh, such a question, but no, these are for hand. So these are pearl 8 threads, these ones. There's another 2. Thank you, actually, Nancy, you have prompted me to show you another 2 that I chose. They're handwork. We do have 12 weights and we're going to be focusing more on those for machine work, so just that little bit finer this year. We've done them before. With a 12 weight, I can get you onto your sewing machine with them with a 100 needle, deco bob in the bottom, and sitting nicely in a hand embroidery hoop. So now that goes back a long way, doesn't it? I don't know if we did that here or we were still at the other house. I'm not sure. But I'm getting a stand together of Tooties and Fruities from Wonderful. So with that in mind, yes, we will be able to do it with 12s, but no, Nancy, you don't want to do it. These are the lovely ones that, you know, Margaret puts in her kits when we do the creative escapes and things. So a pearl 8 to be sure. This, I picked 2 more individual ones if you wanted something to go. So I'm really happy we talked about this. This looks wild and wonderful, and it is. This is Eleganza 48. Now I haven't tagged it yet. I don't know if you're listening, Rob, but if not, I'll tag them straight after the show for you. It's got this colour here, the gorgeous deep pink, and that lovely lime green, all in the one thread. See that? So that one's really cool. And the other one I grabbed out is colour 19. Now you can see that's just spot on. It's got the aqua blues, the purples, a pale blue, and a lovely soft green. It was made for that fabric. So I guess the whole idea is, Nats, is that if you want to do some slow stitching or do some visible stitching, or perhaps do some back stitch or chain stitch around some of the motifs, this thread's going to be perfect to use. And don't forget all that stuff we did quite a while ago now, and I haven't mentioned it for a while, but don't ever have a fear of tracing off, say, a lotus flower or a dragonfly and popping that onto a little panel that you embroider to match. There's nothing wrong with doing that at all. It's not like you're selling it to the masses, it's just for your personal use, so you could take one off. If you've got a scanner or a photocopier, you can enlarge or shrink the size as well and just create your own little special motif. Actually, that one there's quite a good size on that one. So yeah, they're for embellishing and embroidery. They make a mean tassel as well. Here's one I prepared earlier. Thanks, Robbie. All right, origami. Let's do it. It's been so long. Okay. I know it's been a long time when I don't make one without looking at the instructions. That's the way it goes. Now, I wanted to make one that is a miniature version of our origami table runner. And I have tagged the full pattern this morning that's available on the website. And in that pattern, you get 3 different sizes to play with. So there's the big one we do the table runner with, a pin cushion, a little evening bag. So there's different sizes to play with. And I wanted to make a smaller version of the table runner for part of my pattern set that's going off to the States to Jason to launch YOMU in the States and Canada. You can feel the stress in there. But and from when you're sort of working and you're thinking about a shop owner, you know how they think is that they might get down and only have a metre or so of a particular fabric left on a bolt, and instead of just popping it in a remnants pack, which we all love by the way, but instead of doing that they can value add and perhaps turn it into a lovely morning workshop to run or a demonstration to run. So while I publish big huge quilts, and you'll see a couple of those in YOMU coming up in the next 2-3 weeks, big ones, I like to do small projects as well. So I've taken the table runner concept of 5 blocks and I'm applying it to YOMU, and I'm doing it with the gradient, not the border stripe or the others. So this is just to remind you, this is a thin, oh, we're a bit askew, there you go. This is just a thin strip of it across the bolt to show you. Okay, so we go dark, medium, light minty green, and then out the other side is a mirror image. So what I've done, I've cut my strip across the bolt, and if I stick with the medium size, I'm actually able to get 5 blocks across the bolt, so I can mimic with my origami blocks the gradient as it happens across. So this is how my origami blocks are going to sit across like that, and then it'll look really, hopefully really cool. This is where they're at the moment, and I've left them in different stages so that I can also show you once I've folded one up. So we're going to have 2 dark, 2 medium, and a light in the middle. And these are still big enough that we can come through and sit a little tea candle inside on the table. So I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to do, I'll sash them all together, and then I'm probably going to do, I might do one of the border stripes around the outside. I haven't quite decided yet, but that doesn't affect us doing the demo this morning. Have I just put them all back in the, Lordy Lord. Okay, that happens, and then that happens, then that happens, then that happens, then that. Right, got it. Now, I want to start one off and show you as well, but I thought I would do that with one of the other colorways. So let's see what it looks like in the purple lilac one. So it will work with any of them. There's only 3 of them, but it will work with others, the other one. And I think the red orange one will be the most dramatic. And you can see you've absolutely got no waste here. You're going to get all across the bolt. Where's my other one? Oh, it's down here. Nope, it's up here. So the same thing will happen. We'll go red, orange, orange, yellow in the middle. And you're going to get the whole bit. So 1/2 metre is going to be, I worked out 1/2 metre, if you just want to keep it nice and tight, in terms of what you're going to put around the outside, if you just put a little border on, 1/2 metre is going to give you the 5 blocks, and it's going to give you the backing fabric. Now, if you've grabbed the pattern before, or you're going to grab the pattern, just email me. I'll see orders come through for it, digital or hard copy. Email me and I will let you know which size I'm using and how many blocks, and you'll be able to do it from there easily with the evening bag one that's in the big pattern. Okay, so I need my, where's Ginny's is in better shape than mine, I think. There we go. So let's have a look at how you make up one of these origami folds first, and then I can show you progressively how it goes. I need, there it is, I've got a pen, and I'm purposely using a pen because you're never going to see the marks on the other side. Good morning, Jenny. Oh, you forgot the half-hour difference. Don't worry, you can go back and I'll stick it on YouTube straight after. It goes, say goodbye to the girls, pop it on YouTube, put the cucumbers into the salt ready to make pickles, go and grab my apricots and start madly bottling, plus the plums that Sandy brought over yesterday. I'm going to mark your block in the middle on both sides. So you just, a little bit of a guesstimate to where the middle is, a generous mark, and that's all you need to do. Like that. I've just got my little cross in the middle. Okay. Now, if you are using one of your mats, your wool mats, please remember you're going to be throwing around a fair bit of steam. You do need steam for this. So whether you do it with a water bottle or a steam iron, you do need steam. So just be careful of what you've got underneath, because if you sit it on top of your board, like I've done numerous times, you will buckle your board. Have I got my little steam button on? Yes, I do. We were out of our little irons for a little while, so I have put more stock on. It arrived, and then you can grab one if you need one. A great way to set yourself up in the sewing room for the year, I think. If you're traveling, workshops, all that. Weekends away with the girls. What a year to have, hey? Gonna be big. Okay, we're into the middle, like that, and then we're gonna flip. Maybe I'll give you, there we go. Maybe I'll do that, and then we'll do this one this way. All right, I flipped it over to the other side, and then we need to fold these in on the other side as well. When we get to this point, this is the point that you're going to see here in the middle. So this is the point that you want to pay attention to. The first ones that you do, it's not so important that they're super accurate. And you can see I'm not pushing from the inside out, because that will push out that point. So I tend to go straight to around the edges. The other great thing about a little iron, of course, is there's less chance of you burning your fingers. Or in my case this morning, look, it's not bad. I can just feel it, but it's actually here because I was sitting down ironing this morning, and I did the big shot of steam with my big iron. It was in my jammies, and I can feel where it went. I can feel where that shot of steam went. It's just a little warm, so just be careful. Okay, so now we've folded that. I'm going to turn it over this way. Now we've got a little piece that goes in the middle. Now, the pattern says to back this square with Lilypond or steamer seam, and I concur. It does give you a nicer finish when you do the next step after you put it on. However, this morning, 5:45, there was no Lilypond or steamer seam in my studio, and that is something that will be fixed today as well. So I went for the other option, which was to glue stick it on. I did it, it worked, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'm going to do it again now. Again, if you're desperate to try one out today, do, but I really recommend that you do them with something that's going to make this piece a lot firmer. So, look, this is such a waste of good glue stick. So this needs to be adhered here, and what it's going to do is cover all these raw edges. So we're going to stick that on so it goes on point. Anytime I ever taught this as a class, so you're not to feel bad if it was you, someone always put it on straight. It's got to go on point to cover up all of those raw edges, okay? So that's like that. And now we can fold in the next ones. And if you're going to burn your fingers, this is about where it happens. So be careful. You can when you get the hang of this, you can always, you know, have a little pen or your tailor's or something to actually at least hold down or hold over those pieces if you're using a big iron that's got a lot of steam going on. Again, be careful with these points out here. You really want them to stay in shape. So we'll give that an iron, and then I'll just get that iron out of your way. If you are doing a whole set, then I recommend doing sort of one step on all of them in a production line, and that way they've all got time to cool off before you get to the next step. Oh, sorry girls. There you go. So we're in there. Now, here's the bit that I usually get the phone call about. We're going to flip it over, and then we're going to open these up like that and give that a press. Turn it round, and this, see these little pockets here? So we're going to open that up. Hey Rob, do you oh, he's gone. Oh no, I will next week. Or I will Wednesday, maybe, Wednesday night. I wanted him to go and get a chick. We've got baby chicks at Chandler's Cottage. So if you come for anything next Monday, come to see my babies. One of my highlines from Talking Hens, who are not supposed to go clucky, supposed to be bred out of them.
Get a chick.
Yeah, if Mum doesn't mind, just one. Went clucky, so we went and grabbed some fertilised eggs from down at the Upston's farm, and we got 4 chicks. There you go. So now we've turned over. You can really see the contrast of the black underneath. You can always do a little bit of a fixer-upper. If you're not happy they're all sitting close to the middle, pull off the points in, put your finger on it, and then re-iron all the bits that are sitting up. Got any around the other side? No, that's all right. So you've got, now you can see they're all sitting, but honestly, once you've got it in, set into the block, it's going to do this anyway, and if there is a little bit that isn't matching, you won't actually see it. So there you go. I must say these fabrics are lovely and soft, work really well. I remember when we first did this, we had quite some firm, heavy, they would have been Hoffman or Hoffman Orientals, and they needed a little bit more persuasion than these ones do. So once you've got this made up, then you're going to pin it onto a square, and this is the background. So in the pattern you get the general instructions on making an origami block, and then you've got different cutting and dimensions for each project. So I just finger press mine like that, or just with my nail, and I find the center. So now I've got my lines either way, and then you pin your, wrong way Lisa, you pin on, and you see what I've done? I've pinned right into the V, so I'm matching the V's with the lines that I've creased onto my background block, so it's perfectly in the center like that. So that's what you do next with them all. And then after that, we head to the sewing machine. And what we actually do is sew on effectively what do we call them? Cut off corners, half triangles, whatever you want to call them. We'll be doing some of those with the first YOMU quilt, but that's what we're going to do. So then you'll cut, for each block you've got, you cut 4 squares that become your cut off corners. This is what the first lot looks like. So you can see here, I've actually sewn on a whole square of black, and they have been worked out so that when that's sewn on right across here and you fold it back, it takes in that 1/4 inch of the raw edges on each side of your origami square, or fold I should say, like that. So once you've got 2 on, and you do opposite sides, then grab some scissors and you're going to trim these off. You do both layers off, you just can't leave any there, there's so much going on. And I will say too, if you've got dual feed, you'll need it, and if not, I would recommend using your walking foot and then these are going to get ironed out. Again, be really careful not to press them out of shape. You want to maintain this square. So you're putting it on a square, and then you're adding other bits, and then you're cutting it back to the same size square. So that's those two corners in, and then we do the same again with the other side. What I like to suggest too with these, if you're worried about these pulling apart while you're sewing, because you really want these two little folds to stay together, when you pin this on, actually pin over those bits there. Where are you? You're in here somewhere. There you are. Okay, so we're going to pin sort of over the line that I've creased in these ready, because you do need a diagonal line either creased or marked on for these. But I pin to hold these bits in place on each side. I went to my lurker shop and got two of your... Oh, Sylvia, there you go. Oh my goodness. It's going back a bit, buddy. How to make bags. When did we do that? Oh, we did that on Quarters Companion, didn't we? Back in the day. When Michelle Marvick was here, Sylvia, we were talking about, back to our original plan, we were going to hit the road and we were going to stitch the coast instead of surf the coast, like Curtis Stone did. We were going to stitch the coast and visit towns and catch up with CWAs, and every time we were together we planned this whole thing out. It's going to be amazing, we're going to submit it to the ABC, it'll all be on, and then we think, how exactly are we going to take 6 months off from our businesses and homes to go? It doesn't happen. But we live in hope, and Margaret and I are planning a bit of a Northern Victorian road trip at the moment. Just letting the cat out of the bag. Just a little bit. Okay. But that might only take us a week. All right, so I've got both those on, so let's head over to the sewing machine. And we'll grab my stool. I'm so excited. I've asked my hairdresser to get me another hairdressing stool, so that when Margaret's here, we've both got one and we can sit at the same height. Okay, here we go. So I've got this lined up. Probably, I don't know, maybe it should be in black, but I've got green in here for you so you can see it. When you do get to the bit where you're going over these folds, you're going over about 6 layers. So that's why dual feed or a walking foot is going to be important. And as I said, anything like this where you're doing repetitive blocks, these will be great to chain sew. So just have them all lined up and sew one after the other down one triangle, and then trim them and go back and do the next one. Put my little door down. We haven't even really renovated or redone the studio corner yet. I've put a few things in and put the shelf in and things, but oh my goodness, so much still to do. Never mind. Okay, so now we've got those two on and we can go back and trim those off. Okay. I would recommend giving it a set press first before pushing it out. And all the time, those 4 pins stay. So everything stays in place until we reach this bit. There we go. So now we're back with the same size block as what we start with our background, but now we've got our 4 cut-offs and we've also got our block in. Now I've stuck with, traditionally what I've always done is stuck with the same colour for the background in here, but if you're doing fun ones for kids, you can use multiple colours. So these can all be different, the fabric underneath. This piece in here could be a little picture, like a little peekaboo quilt. There's lots of different things you could do. Once this is done, We then head back and do, to complete the look, and add 4 cut off corners back in our origami fold fabric. And so I suppose for me, this is big decision time. Do I make them match the colour that's here? Do I do them paler? Do I mix it all up? I think for safety, I better go with, oh, look at them all. I've actually just cut this strip right across the bolt, and it gives me what I need and just a couple more, so I've got a little bit of room to play. Probably use those for. So they are going to go on out here. So we'll just pop those on. Needless to say, those beautiful new Lilypond fabrics would look absolutely gorgeous in this. And you may not set them on black, you might want to set them on a lovely deep purple, a navy, or even an off-white. Thanks, Rob. They're all good?
And Bossy Boots is up.
Who's Bossy Boots? Is that the name of the thread?
Bossy
Is it
Boots.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the pink one?
Mm-hmm. Is that your fave?
Hey?
Is that your fave?
Don't be rude. I know where you're going. Rob says it's the thread called Bossy Boots, my favourite. It's so rude. I know many people that would like that. What's the other one called?
Island Oasis.
That's more like it. I always wonder, how do they make up all of the names? And I once spent a lovely afternoon with the late Heather Purcell from Superior Threads in Utah with her big whiteboard and 60 new threads to name. And it was the most fun afternoon of brainstorming. And she'd done a sub-collection in there because she's originally from Australia. She did a subsection in there of Australians. And then Bob rejected them all. We had kangaroos hopping and emu running, and we got a little bit silly and they were rejected. Okay, so across all of these, you can mark them if you want to as well. Once I get down to about a 2-inch, I'm cocky enough to think that I don't need to mark them, and I can do it by sight every now and then, prove myself wrong. So these can all go on at once, but again, if you're doing a whole set, you can also chain sew. And again, these can all be different colours also. I do like the idea of doing them in those other fabrics, because then everyone's going to come up different because it's cut from a different part of the print. And that's where we always started with the origami projects when we first did them. And definitely the beautiful traditional ones I'm going to show you from Quiltgate on Wednesday night will work a treat. There we go. So there, folks, is one, and I will finish off all the others. Now, my intention is to just sash between them, probably with the black to sort of frame them all off. And then, as I said, I'm either going to pop one of our YOMU border prints around the outside, or I will do something, even an applique on black with the green might be nice. All that fun stuff to come. But that's how you put it together. So as I said, please remember, if you've already got it, if you've got the pattern, just email me. I can always see that you've got it on our website or whatever. That's absolutely fine. For a bit of fun, you can always send me a picture of what you've made with it. But let me know, and I'll let you know the dimensions that you need for each piece, or if you are grabbing the whole pattern that I've tagged today, the dimensions for each project are in there, and there's 3 different sizes that you can work with. I'm really liking this. where will I sit it? Over this one? I'll pop it up here. Goes very nicely with that. But if you cut them all from this, each one's going to be different. So you have a lot of fun with it. So please remember that every order every order that we get before midnight tomorrow night, I'm going to pop one of these patterns in that you can use as a quilt block with your new Lilypond fabrics, or you can actually make the bag up from your stash of precious little Oriental prints. And any order that we get over $50 until midnight tomorrow night is going to get 25 centimeters each of these 3 beautiful ombres that all go beautifully with this fabric. That's as telly-sally as I'm going to get, I reckon, for the entire year. That's it. So that's got to be it. I'm just waiting for Rob to throw me a set of steak knives. That's not going to happen. So that's it from me. When do I need to check? Did I miss anybody? I think that's it. It is. Let me go down the bottom. I think I did. Yes, Denise. St. Patrick's Day. I could do clover. Oh, let me think on it. Thanks for that tip. That's a good one. Oh, Morella, good morning from Colac. We love Colac. I love Colac. At the best antique shop. Is that right? Colac or Camperdown? Colac, as you drive into town, on the right. Antique shop. It was really good. Sorry, when I used to go to Mount Gambier for work. Weather is okay today. Morella, we are still rocking the wind outside. However, it's not as bad as the 70-kilometre-an-hour gust that we got yesterday so far. Beverly's home. Oh, sorry, I'm yelling. Beverly's home. Oh, Beverly, my flowers still look beautiful. Thank you so much. Beverly was here with me. It feels like last week before. Oh my goodness, it feels like yesterday. And she's home. So lovely to meet you in person. So lovely. And I'm assuming you'll be back on the 18th of April for the Creative Escape. Yes? No, Rosemary Brooks, you're absolutely right. I couldn't replay my DVDs now either. That's a good thing. Michelle and I would be very depressed if we went back and looked at ourselves now. Oh, it'd be good. Anyway, that's all good. So you're right. You got it all. Listen, thank you so much. It's been lovely to... what have I missed? There's notes here. Lovely to see you again. What does this say? Oh, yeah. I have to mention Australia Day, which I will again on Wednesday night. So Australia Day. Robbie, what time do you want to get up?
Are we going to bed?
No, for Australia Day. We start at 10, don't we? 10 o'clock in the gate. The internal gate will be closed. We have an internal gate now. Don't know when you last came. We'll be closed till 10, then we will open the gate. And then you can park anywhere you like. And you don't have to let us know you're coming. But if you would like us to cater for you with a boxed morning tea, you do need to do that, because I will be cooking to order over the weekend, next weekend. So please make sure you put that order in. So if you're just popping in to take advantage of all our specials, that's great, and to have a look and say hi. But if you'd like morning tea, please let me know. People have asked me what's going to be here. Well, there will be more remnants. Oh, guess who's back? Pam's back. Well, you know Pam's back. But Pam's remnants packs are back. They arrived here last weekend. Oh, saving them for Australia Day, sorry. She's back. Complaining there's not enough of particular colours to go in the remnants packs. I've tried to explain to Mum that's not the way it works, but anyway. She's amazing. So they're back. There will be fabrics here on special that I will not be putting on special ever on the website. Just so you know. There will still be, there'll be 4.5 metre lengths again, bolts like we had on sale for Christmas, but different ones. Only in here, there'll be kits as well, and there's Habby as well. So there's a whole heap. I'm not sure, you can see me looking down into the shop. I'm not quite sure where it's all going to fit yet, because we've pulled all the fabric. And a lot of people have said, how are you going to have it on special in the shop shed and not have it online? Those that understand, we're going to take them all. We're going to mark them. They can only be sold through our point of sale system here in the shop for that day. They literally just in here. So it's going to be rather busy. So anyway, 10 o'clock start. Book morning tea if you'd like it. And as I mentioned, today fortnight, morning show, 1st of February, is when at 2 o'clock in the afternoon our first Creative Escape goes on sale for the year. So Marg and I are going to come in at 8 o'clock in the morning and show you what our projects actually are, have a bit of a chat. We have an incredible guest speaker that we love coming on that day as well. So we're doing something extra special that day. And it has an Oriental theme, the first one. So it'll be really good. A lot of you are hassling me over when is Jason's events going on sale this year. I think I know the date for the first one. I just need to firm up a few things. But if I said to you like Valentine's Day, would you just keep that in your mind? If we do kick off early, that's the day where it's all going to start. Okay, so that's plenty of dates for you for now. Robert is now packing. No, I have to mention it. I'm not complaining, Rob. Rob is now taping up. You would not use that tape gun while I'm on. No, you wouldn't. Is that Natasha's? Okay. If you are a Natasha Makes girl, if you follow Natasha, if you've pre-ordered your YOMU in the UK from Natasha, the boxes are leaving in the morning. So it's on its way. We got the order in from Natasha Friday, and it's all packed up, ready to go. So it's on its way, okay? And Tash will have it soon for you. I think that's it. Thank you. I'd love you all to just hang around now and we'll all go and have a cuppa. But you're not near me, so it can't happen. But I can have a cuppa with you on Wednesday night back here, Sunday morning back here next week, and then on Australia Day, okay? You have a lovely day, evening, won't you? And I look forward to seeing you next time, okay? Bye, everyone. Thank you.